And I'm a friend of the show.
I am Francisca Jorge and I'm a friend of the show. Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Samad and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yes. Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play. Ready? Play.
Let's hone in on Raducanu Zhu. Eddie, what are your first thoughts on this match for either player?
Well, it's a huge match for Zhu. I mean, Zhu's just 17. I mean, I haven't seen too much of her, but she already has a victory at the WTA level. So she's beat Volynets in Nottingham. So, yeah, I mean, obviously she's quite talented, but I just wonder, like, with Raducanu, because she seemed to be struggling a little bit in that last match as well, and obviously had physical issues. I think, I mean, don't know, it's an interesting one. So potential banana skin, to be honest, I think, for Raducanu, but probably she still gets through because she has a little bit more quality overall still. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. And I guess she'll be on, would they put her on centre court?
Yeah,
full court one?
So. I think so, just because with Raducanu right now, you just don't know how long she's going to stay in the tournament for.
If they have space for it, you know, it's going to be pretty tough, right? It's just 3 matches both days. So basically 3 women's singles matches from the opening round, right, can get center court. Does Emma make it? Probably, but would I be shocked?
Realistically, Bolta Badosa should, but they'll put Bolta Badosa on one or even someone else.
I think Raducanu might be higher.
I think Raducanu is center court all the way, even if Bolter has a great match. It doesn't matter, I think.
Exactly. I think Raducanu is on center court all the way, and Bolter's not until she plays Raducanu. No, Bolter will be there on round 2 or 3.
On the men's side, which are the matchups on the British matchups on the men's side? Because I think, of course, there's going to be...
Evans Clark, is it?
Oh, well, but I think it's going to be...
That's not getting any big court, yeah.
No.
Sinner is getting second court, I think.
Damien, what do you think about this Raducanu-Zhu matchup?
Not much. I mean, Zhu is basically anonymous to me. Raducanu, most years I've been calling her like somewhat of a dark horse at Wimbledon. It just doesn't seem like it right now because of, first of all, fitness reform, and also the fact that she can play Vondrousova in the second round, Sabalenka in the third. I just don't see her pushing through all of that, really. So, yeah, from a non-British perspective, it doesn't feel like a very important match. I mean, obviously, I'd rather see Vondrousova or Kessler. Kessler is also dangerous. Play Raducanu in the second round than Zhu, as I think that Emma would have that at least theoretical chance, you know, of obviously having the game to compete with them. But her first round from like a non-British perspective to me is not really that interesting.
Her mobility looked compromised last week or this week in Eastbourne. Of course, she has been struggling with a back issue. But if she's fit, then Raducanu wins. Eddie, you agree with that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, also, you have, like, her opponent's 17, so if she's going to be on centre court, I mean, that could also be quite a lot to take in for a player that age. Having said that, Raducanu did pretty well on her Wimbledon debut. So, yeah, well, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be interesting just to see, because I haven't really seen much of Zhu.
Final words on this match, Mario?
Well, I think the same. I mean, it shouldn't be, that dangerous as of today, this 2025 Wimbledon edition. Of course, we got to see how Raducanu is doing. But yeah, I also agree that, I don't know, the draw as a whole is looking quite tough for Emma, especially for how we've seen her last week, but in general. So, I mean, but just focusing on the match, I would be surprised not to see Raducanu winning this one.
If you enjoyed this video,
make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Let's hone in on Raducanu Zhu. Eddie, what are your first thoughts on this match for either player?
Well, it's a huge match for Zhu. I mean, Zhu's just 17. I mean, I haven't seen too much of her, but she already has a victory at WTA level. So she's beat Volynets in Nottingham. So, yeah, I mean, obviously she's quite talented, but I just wonder, like, with Raducanu, because she seemed to be struggling in a little bit in that last match as well, and obviously had physical issues. I think, I mean, don't know, it's an interesting one. So potential banana skin, to be honest, I think for Raducanu, but probably she still gets through because she has a little bit more quality overall still. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. And I guess she'll be on, would they put her on centre court or full court one?
So. I think so, just because with Raducanu right now, you just don't know how long she's going to stay in the tournament for.
If they have space for it, you know, it's going to be pretty tough, right? It's just 3 matches both days. So basically 3 women's singles matches from the opening round, right, can get center court. Does Emma make it? Probably, but would I be shocked if
realistically, Bolta Badosa should, but they'll put Bolta Badosa on one or even someone else.
I think Raducanu might be higher.
I think Raducanu is center court all the way, even if Bolter has a great match. It doesn't matter, I think.
Exactly. I think Raducanu is on center court all the way, and Bolter's not until she plays Raducanu. No, Bolter will be there on round 2 or 3.
On the men's side, which are the matchups on the British matchups on the men's side? Because I think, of course, there's going to be...
Evans Clark, is it?
Oh, well, but I think it's going to be...
That's not getting any big court,
No.
Sinner is getting second court, I think.
Damien, what do you think about this Raducanu Zhu matchup?
Not much. I mean, Zhu is basically anonymous to me. Raducanu, most years I've been calling her like somewhat of a dark horse at Wimbledon. Just doesn't seem like it right now because of, first of all, her fitness, reform, and also the fact that she can play Vondrousova in the second round, Sabalenka in the third. I just don't see her pushing through all of that really. So from a non-British perspective, it doesn't feel like a very important match. I mean, obviously I'd rather see Vondrousova or Kessler is also dangerous, play Raducanu in the second round than Zhu, as I think that Emma would have that at least theoretical chance, you know, of obviously having the game to compete with them. But her first round from like a non-British perspective to me is not really that interesting.
Her mobility looked compromised last week or this week in Eastbourne. And of course, she has been struggling with a back issue. But if she's fit, then Raducanu wins. Eddie, you agree with that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, also, you have, like, her opponent's 17, so if she's going to be on centre court, I mean, that could also be quite a lot to take in for a player that age. Having said that, Raducanu did pretty well on her Wimbledon debut. So, yeah, well, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be interesting just to see, because I haven't really seen much of Zhu.
Final words on this match, Mario?
Well, I think the same. I mean, it shouldn't be, that dangerous as of today, this 2025 Wimbledon edition. Of course, we got to see how Raducanu is doing. But yeah, I also agree that, I don't know, the draw as a whole is looking quite tough for Emma, especially for how we've seen her last week, but in general. So, I mean, but just focusing on the match, I would be surprised not to see Raducanu winning this one.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Let's hone in on Raducanu Zhu. Eddie, what are your first thoughts on this match for either player?
Well, it's a huge match for Zhu. I mean, Zhu's just 17. I mean, I haven't seen too much of her, but she already has a victory at the WTA level. So she's beat Volynets in Elting. And so, yeah, I mean, obviously she's quite talented. But I just wonder, like, with Raducanu, because she seemed to be struggling in a little bit in that last match as well. And obviously had physical issues. I think, I mean, don't know. It's an interesting one. So potential banana skin, to be honest, I think for Raducanu, but probably she still gets through because she has a little bit more quality overall still. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one, and I guess she'll be on. Would they put her on centre court or full court one?
So. I think so, just because with Raducanu right now, you just don't know how long she's going to stay in the tournament for.
If they have space for it, you know, it's going to be pretty tough, right? It's just 3 matches both days. So basically 3 women's singles matches from the opening round, right, can get center court. Does Emma make it? Probably, but would I be shocked?
Realistically, Bolta Badosa should, but they'll put Bolta Badosa on one or even someone else.
I think Raducanu might be higher.
I think Raducanu is center court all the way, even if Bolter has a great match. It doesn't matter. I think.
Exactly. I think Raducanu is on centre court all the way and Bolter's not until she plays Raducanu. No, Bolter will be there on round 2 or 3.
On the men's side, which are the matchups on the British matchups on the men's side? Because I think, of course, there's going to be...
Evans Clark, is it?
Oh, well, but I think it's going to be...
That's not getting any big court, yeah.
No.
Sinner is getting second court, I think.
Damien, what do you think about this Raducanu-Zhu matchup?
Not much. I mean, Zhu is basically anonymous to me. Raducanu, most years I've been calling her like somewhat of a dark horse at Wimbledon. Just doesn't seem like it right now because of, first of all, her fitness reform, and also the fact that she can play Vondrousova in the second round, Sabalenka kind of third. I just don't see her pushing through all of that really. So yeah, from a non-British perspective, it doesn't feel like a very important match. I mean, obviously I'd rather see Vondrousova or Kessler is also dangerous, play Raducanu in the second round than Zhu, as I think that Emma would have that at least theoretical chance, you know, of obviously having the game to compete with them. But her first round from like a non-British perspective to me is not really that interesting.
Her mobility looked compromised last week or this week in Eastbourne. Of course, she has been struggling with a back issue. But if she's fit, then Raducanu wins. Eddie, you agree with that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, also, you have, like, her opponent's 17, so if she's going to be on centre court, I mean, that could also be quite a lot to take in for a player that age. Having said that, Raducanu did pretty well on her Wimbledon debut. So, yeah, well, it's just... I don't know. It's going to be interesting just to see because I haven't really seen much of Zhu.
Final words on this match, Mario?
Well, I think the same. I mean, it shouldn't be, that dangerous as of today, this 2025 Wimbledon edition. Of course, we got to see how Raducanu is doing. But yeah, I also agree that I don't know, the draw as a whole is looking quite tough for Emma, especially for how we've seen her last week, but in general. So, I mean, but just focusing on the match, I would be surprised not to see Raducanu winning this one.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a stunning day, both in terms of sunshine and seeds crashing out at Wimbledon. And let me tell you now, we may yet have an even bigger story to share with you. Fabio Fognini is leading 5-2 in the fourth set against Carlos Alcaraz. By the way, can you all hear me okay? Please let me know in the live chat if you can hear me all right, because I do know I had one or two technical issues on the previous stream. Let's see. I'm going to try and maybe test it myself. Yep, that's indeed working. Okay, good. Yeah, so Alcaraz won the first set 7-5, lost the second set 7-6, won the third set 7-5, but is now 5-2 down in the fourth set. So we could be going to a fifth set on center court. Alcaraz hasn't lost a 5-set match in 3.5 years. Matteo Berrettini was the last person to do it in 2022 at the Australian Open. He has an incredible 5-set record. We are here, of course, to watch Emma Raducanu up against Zhu. Madison Keys came through a really tough first-round match today against Rusa. She won that one 5-7, 7-5, 7-5. We've got Khachanov leading McDonald by 1 set to love. We've got Vondrousova playing Kessler, and Vondrousova leading 4-1 in the first set. Berrettini, by the way, talking of which, is 1-1 with the Pole Mashik in the first set. We have Quinn and Searle at 1 set apiece over on court number 4. And we have Darderi and Safiullin. Are they into a fifth set? I think they are. Yeah, they are into a fifth set with Darderi up a break in that fifth set. So they are the scores. But I may have to keep an eye on Fognini against Alcaraz. I've got Raducanu against Zhu on my screen as well. That is about to get underway. Zhu is going to serve first. But Fognini wins the fourth set, 6-2. What is going on, people? What is happening? The world is upside down. This doesn't make any sense to me that Fognini and Alcaraz are going 5 sets. Anyway, Zhu and Raducanu get underway, and it's a mishit forehand from Zhu, and it's love 15 on the fellow Brits serve. Let's get Alcaraz here as well on the screen because I need it. Because they're going to a fifth set, which is wild. Yeah. Wow. Alcaraz and Fognini, I just can't believe it. Fifth set. Anyway, Raducanu here is love 30 on the Zhu serve. Zhu forehand to forehand right now, but Zhu's going to go long, and it's going to be love 40. 3 break points for Emma Raducanu. Regarding Fognini and Alcaraz, yeah, I just can't believe it. We're into the fifth set. Is Alcaraz okay physically? Does someone know? Raducanu, by the way, can't get that return in, so it's 15-40. Just looking at Alcaraz right now. Is he a little bit sick, maybe? I think he might be. Forehand return from Raducanu into the backhand of Zhu. 2 break points here still, of course, for Emma. Now it's on the forehand of Emma Raducanu. Good depth from Emma. Good depth from Zhu too, though. Slice, though, from Zhu goes into the net. We've got a break of serve already. Emma Raducanu leads 1-love with a break. As we see Mark Petchey giving her some instructions. Yeah, it's all happening at Wimbledon right now. On centre court in particular. Well, I think Fognini's gone off court, by the way, and he'll be coming back. Yeah, Fognini's coming back now for the 5th set. Crazy times. Meanwhile, Raducanu 30-love on her serve. Time, says the umpire on centre court. So Fognini returns to the court. Final set. Carlos Alcaraz to serve. Meanwhile, Raducanu 40-love here on serve. Oh, what are you doing there, Carlos? Oh, you should do better there, Fabio Fognini. How are you feeling physically, by the way, right now, Fabio? It's a 5th set in his last ever Wimbledon. Raducanu is held for 2-love, by the way. Berrettini and Maishik are underway at 2-all. Khachanov is serving for a 2-sets-to-love lead over McDonald. Golubic is up an early break on Lee. Darderi is now leading 4-1 with the double break in the 5th set over Safiullin. Alcaraz digging deep and up 30-love on his serve with a forehand there that Fognini can't deal with. Meanwhile, Raducanu leads 2-love and it's Zhu love 15 as we hone in on these two big courts at Wimbledon right now. Alcaraz struggling, 30-15. Zhu winning a point. That's good news for her, 15-all.
Alcaraz missing his first serve, beginning of this 5th set. Second serve clips the net there. Alcaraz not looking comfortable at all at the moment on centre court. Not lost at Wimbledon since 2022. Wonderful defence there from Fognini. Ooh, a net cord going the way of Fognini there, getting a bit wacky there. (40-15). Zhu here, 30-15 up, by the way. Love 2, but she's trying to get on the board, win her first game. Forehand return from Emma. It's going to land in. Nope. Second serve. Oh, double fault from Alcaraz, 40-30. Zhu puts a slice into the net, 30 all. I think for Alcaraz, it's just a case of getting through today. This physical ailment probably is just a couple of days. Oh, Alcaraz holds because Fognini can't punish that second serve. As for Zhu and Raducanu, they are at 30 all here on the Zhu serve. Yeah, Alcaraz holds a 13-1 record in 5-set matches. Fognini is 24-16, including 5-3 at Wimbledon. But that Alcaraz record over 5 sets is incredible. Like I said, the last time he lost in a 5-set was 3.5 years ago to Berrettini. Of course, he's won some epic 5 sets since then, including, of course, the French Open final of just 3 weeks ago. Meanwhile, we're going to have a break point here for Emma Raducanu on court number 1. I'll keep you up to date, don't worry, with everything going on centre court. Anything wild happening over there? Well, we're already wild as it is into a 5th set between Fognini and Alcaraz. Zhu, deuce. And Khachanov has won that second set, so he leads 2 sets to love over McDonald. And Vondrousova won the first set 6-1 over Kessler. It's a really good first set for Vondrousova. Ooh, a backhand into the net there from Fognini. So it's 30-15 on his serve. Carlos can just dig deep here. You still feel with his 5-set record and all the talent at his disposal. Oh, Zhu has a game point for 2-1. Good depth there from Carlos. Now he's on the defense. Fognini gets a bit lucky with a net cord there. And it's 40-15. 2 game points for the Italian. Much to the chagrin of Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, it would seem like some kind of miracle, Sean. I agree. Fognini's in a good mood. Alcaraz is smiling, but I don't know if he'll be smiling soon. because Fognini has run into the net. That was quite funny. Raducanu, by the way, saves a game point, so we're at deuce 2-love in that game. She seeks a double break advantage and huge step towards winning the first set. Ooh, Fognini's gone long, so it's going to be deuce over there. Do hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Forehand from Zhu goes into the net. We're going to have a break point for Emma Raducanu for 3-love. And now we've got a break point for Carlos Alcaraz over on centre court. Huge moments in the fifth set there. Alcaraz, Raducanu playing at the same time. Both with a break point at the same time. Coincidence? I think not. Drop shot Fognini. Oh, but he's not going to win the point. Alcaraz breaks. 2-love, he leads in the fifth set. Raducanu doesn't break. Deuce. Coincidence is ending. Okay. So Alcaraz has the break. Can he consolidate? Fognini, though, still attacking. Love 15. Zhu has a game point over on court number 1 to make it 2-1. Forehand winner from Zhu, and it's 2-1 indeed. Change of ends on court number 1. Center court. Alcaraz, Fognini. 2-love to Alcaraz in the fifth set. But Fognini is fighting. Love 30. Come on, says the Italian team to Fognini. This isn't done by a long way yet. Raducanu, by the way, will be serving at 2-1 shortly. They're at a change of ends. Ooh, on return serve. So 15-30, Fognini, Alcaraz. Raducanu, Zhu, by the way, 2-1 Raducanu. Do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. $46 more subscribers to 18K. Raducanu wins the first point, 15-love. Wow, backhand winner down the line from Fognini. 15-40, 2 break points for the Italian. Raducanu here serving 2-1, 15 love. Alcaraz serving at 2 love in the 5th set. But 15-40. Thought he was going to come in for a serve volley there. Didn't choose so. Drop shot Alcaraz. Drop shot Alcaraz is exquisite. Fognini falls, but he's okay. $30-40. Meanwhile, Raducanu, 2-1, 40 love. Raducanu holds for 3-1. Oh, and Fognini puts the return into the net. Deuce. Look at those Brits frying in the sun. No sun cream between them. The lobsters. Berrettini's up a break on Maishik. 5-3, he leads. Von Druser is up a set and a break on Kessler. Advantage Alcaraz with an ace down the tee. You'd think 3 love and... yeah, but he doesn't look great out there, but... game, Alcaraz forehand into the net from Fognini. 3 love. So huge hold there for Alcaraz, saving 2 break points. As it is here on court number 1 between Zhu and Raducanu. $15-all. Raducanu on the turn here at 15-all. Okay, Raducanu on the backhand. It's going to be a moon ball. It's going to land out, though. 30-15, Zhu. $30-15, Zhu. Forehand return from Emma is into the forehand of Zhu. Now it's on the forehand of Emma Raducanu going cross court. That's a lovely cross court forehand winner there from Zhu, though. 40-15, 2 game points for 3-2. Over on center court, 4 hours and 8 minutes is the match time for Fabio Fognini and Carlos Alcaraz. Alcaraz leading 3 love in the 5th set. Do hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. What's happening with this one? Oh, seems to be a security issue. Fognini Alcaraz, or someone ill in the crowd, maybe. Can't remember his surname, or I can't pronounce it, but that's James there, the umpire. Yeah, he always does the big occasions. So up next on centre court is Rinderknech against Zverev. And there is a pause in play with Alcaraz and Fognini. Something is going on in the crowd. I don't know what. Pictures are being taken, that's for sure. But I think there's some concern about the health of someone in the crowd. So there's a pause on centre court. Over on number 1 court, we have Raducanu leading 3-2, 15 love. It's now 30 love after Zhu puts her backhand into the net. Yeah, I know who it is. I just didn't know the name exactly. Kyoto. Yeah, he just doesn't. He's like, give me centre court or I'm not there. You won't see him at a 250 or a challenger in the Outer Hebrides. He's big. He's Bertie Big Bollocks. For sure. Yeah, could be Jay. Could be Jay. Could be illness from the heat. Those of you that are members, by the way, do get your emojis flying in the live chat. Berrettini serving for the first set against Maishak. Vondrousova leading 6-1-3 love, although she has love 30 on her serve right now against Kessler. And Raducanu has 3 game points for a 4-2 lead. Tell you what, centre court is going to be pushed for time. Let's have a look at some scores elsewhere. Paolini and Sevastova just got underway over on court number 2. They were on serve at the beginning of their match. Kessler's got one of the breaks back on Vondrousova. Khachanov is leading by 2 sets to love and 4-1 with a double break. Berrettini has got over the line in that first set. He's won it 6-4 over Maishak. Is that Quinn leading 2 sets to 1 on Searle? It is, yes. Bushkova and Sun just getting underway. Lulu Sun. Lee has a set point against Golubic. Lee is up 5-2. That set point has been saved. Jan-Lennard Struff is up 2 sets to 1 on Misalic. Zarazua leading Wickmeyer 6 love 4-3. That's 4-3 with a break, so she's close to the finish line there. Headlines from today are the departures from the tournament of Medvedev, who is out in 4 sets to Bonzi. Rune losing in 5 sets to Nicholas Jarry. So I'm just looking at some of these celebrities they're showing us. Is that Beatrice? Fergie as well, but not Fergie from Black Eyed Peas, nor the former Man United manager, Fergie from the royal family. I think her daughter's name is Beatrice, but I'm not sure. Anyway, just so you want to see some of the privileged people that, of course, are so often associated with tennis. Struff leading 2 sets to 1 over Misalic. Rakimova is up 5-3 on Ito in the first set. Zarazua now leads 6-love, 5-3 over Wickmeyer. Rublev is up 2 sets to love on Jeda. And Felix Auger-Aliassime and Duckworth are into a 5th set, but Auger-Aliassime is up 5-3 in that 5th set. Galfi is fighting back against Dart. Dart won the first set 6-3, but Galfi is up 5-3 in the second. And Christian Garin, the lucky loser, is up 2 sets to love on Rodesh. Fonini chatting to his family. I'm guessing that's his wife. He's chilled anyways, Fabio. Right, Raducanu Zhu. Have I missed anything? No, Raducanu's still up a break, 4-3. Sabalenka winning in straight sets early over Brandstein, by the way, 6-1, 7-5. Bonzi, to confirm, knocking out Daniel Medvedev, the number 9 seed in 4 sets. Lees coming through against Yuan in 3 sets. Laura Siegmund beating Peyton Stern, 6-4, 6-2. Francis Tiafoe straight sets win over Elmer Muller as well. And Holger Rune losing in 5 sets to Nicholas Jarry. And Rune was up 2 sets to love. Jarry's first ever 5-set win. But talking of 5-set pedigree, Alcaraz, they don't come much better than him. 13-1 he is in 5-setters. And he's not lost a 5-set match since January of 2022. So 3.5 years ago against Matteo Berrettini. That was his only loss in 5 sets, actually, at the Australian Open. Meanwhile, Raducanu serving here at 4-3. Some chats to the players about maybe whether they want to leave the court. Has anyone been able to confirm, by the way, what the issue is? I'm presuming it's just somebody who's fallen ill in the crowd, probably due to heat exhaustion. Yeah, we had an issue with the sound earlier. I don't know what that was, Cedric. If you ever notice that my sound isn't working, just let me know in the live chat. Paulini Sestova 1-1. Raducanu here serving 30-15, 4-3. Oi. Yeah, let me know in the live chat as well if you know exactly what the issue is. We are 46 subscribers away from 18,000. So please, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. 30 all here, by the way, on the Raducanu serve. Maybe Carlos asked to pause the match to find out what the score was between Raducanu and Zhu. Alcaraz just staying on it. "15 minutes since the last point. And yeah, it does look like someone needed some medical assistance in the crowd. But there is a round of applause, so I'm hoping that means that everything's okay. Raducanu held for 5-3, by the way. So maybe we're going to get back underway on centre court shortly. Meanwhile, Zhu is serving at 3-5. Zhu, of course, is making her Grand Slam and Wimbledon main draw debut, the 17-year-old. That is an applause from the crowd because I think we are probably getting back underway now on centre court. Meanwhile, Zarazua has knocked out Wickmeyer 6-love, 6-3. Oh, Ito has broken back against Rakimova, so that's 5-all. Garin up 2-love on Rodesh, and Felix Auger-Aliassime has 3 match points on Duckworth in that 5-set epic. By the way, we're talking about a 5-set epic here between Fognini and Alcaraz as well. Fognini's won the first point since the resumption. Duckworth has saved 1 of the match points. What's going on between Bergs and Harris? Oh, Harris, I'm guessing, had that one done, did he, in 4? Mishit forehand there from Alcaraz, goes into the net. 30-love Fognini. But Alcaraz knows 3 holds, and he's through. After a real scare today. And it's 40-love Fognini. I think that break probably didn't do Fognini any harm. Let's say that. Oh, Anisimova is up a break already on Putin Saver. 1-love. And we have a set point for Emma Raducanu in her match with Zhu. Felix Auger-Aliassime has won in 5 sets over Duckworth. 6-2, 3-6, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4 for the Canadian. Okay, moonball here for Raducanu to deal with. She gives a moonball back, and Raducanu has won the first set by 6-3. Taps her head. She's happy with that one. 1-love to Emma Raducanu. Meanwhile, Fognini's gone from 40 love to 40-30. I think Zhu is currently ranked 318 in the world. Emma, of course, is, I think, inside the top 50 nowadays. Backhand return from Carlos. Drop shot here from Fognini. But Carlos punishes it. It wasn't quite good enough, and it's deuce now between Fognini and Alcaraz. They did a surgery in the stands. Did a surgery, wow. Oh, we're going to get a break point here for Carlos Alcaraz. Win this point, and it should be done. Certainly the palpitations among the Spanish fans can ease off a little bit if he gets the double break advantage. Oh, it's a lovely forehand winner there from Fognini. Sevastova has broken Paolini. Is up 2-1 on last year's finalist. Fognini comes into the net, but doesn't put the volley away, so it's deuce. Vondrousova is 1 game away from a straight sets win over Kessler. Khachanov is 1 game away from a straight sets win over McDonald. Alcaraz here with another break point. Second serve as well to look at. And Fognini has erred, and we've got 4 love now for Carlos Alcaraz. So things looking much better now for the Spaniard. And he looks set to improve his 5-set winning record as well, which at the moment it's 13-1, but it looks like it's going to become 14-1. 4 hours and 27 minutes, by the way, which for a grass court match is pretty epic. I think it does explain, doesn't it, at the top of the YouTube page? I don't know exactly, but I think it's something to do with how often you come here or something. I think maybe you have 1 crown if you're here a lot, 2 crowns if you're here all the time, 3 crowns if you just don't ever turn us off. Alcaraz leading 4 love, 30 love, 4 love, 30 love. So looking inevitable now, I guess. Doesn't even have to be spectacular in these last couple of games. Raducanu and Zhu are back on court with Raducanu serving. And Alcaraz has held comfortably for 5 love. He knows he's close to the finish line now. Alcaraz leads 5 love, and I think Fognini knows his race is done. But what a race it's been, both today and his career. Shaking his head, Fabio. Of course, this is his last ever Wimbledon. I'm not sure when exactly is Fabio Fognini retiring, by the way. 3 game points for Raducanu. So I don't know when the exact date is, but it's imminent anyway. This is the last Wimbledon for sure. Raducanu is held, by the way, for 1-love. And Fognini's won the first point on his serve here at 15-love. Be nice to avoid the bagel. Where are we at in terms of subscribers, by the way? Let's have a quick look, shall we? $46 more for 18,000. And Alcaraz has missed that backhand down the line on the run. So it's 30-love, Fabio Fognini. Lovely backhand there from Alcaraz, forcing the error from Fognini on the run. 30-love, 30-15, sorry. Okay, Raducanu here, love 15 on the Zhu serve. Down the tee goes Zhu. That must have clipped the net, so it's going to be another serve for her. Good return there from Alcaraz, 30 all. Alcaraz is 2 points away from victory right now. Whew. Oh, lovely backhand cross-court winner there from Fognini. Double fault Zhu. Love 15. Hey, Fognini's won a game. Nice one with a forehand down the line. Much to the delight of his wife. I'm calling her his wife. I'm just assuming, to be honest. This final set, of course, had a 20-minute addition because of the illness in the crowd. We've got 3 break points here for Emma Raducanu. Zhu is on the deck. Alcaraz 30-love, 2 points away from victory. Raducanu's seen a couple of break points come and go. Oh, what a return, Fabio Fognini. 30-15. Meanwhile, Zhu saved another break point, so we're at deuce. Hey, Fognini wins another point and we're at 30 all. Fun times. But Fognini's going to go long, and we've got match point for Carlos Alcaraz. Oh, well over 4.5 hours now, this encounter. 4 hours, 36 minutes on the clock. And we have a match point for Carlos Alcaraz. Can he get it done? First serve is not going to land in. Oh, and he's going to net the return, and Alcaraz is through in 5 sets. 7-5, 6-7, 7-5, 2-6, 6-1. 4 hours and 37 minutes. The player of players embrace. Alcaraz increases and improves his 5-set record to 14-1. He's not lost a 5-set match for 3.5 years, has Carlos. Once he went up a break at 3-love, though, things were looking very good. He got the double break and ends up winning that 6-1. Let's have a quick look at the stats. 14 aces for Carlos, by the way. 1 for Fabio Fognini. 9 double faults for Carlos. And Carlos gives the applause, of course, to Fabio Fognini, who is retiring from the sport. This is his last ever Wimbledon. His wife is smiling and giving applause too. Everyone is clapping. Alcaraz sticks his thumbs up and points to Fabio Fognini as someone who is worthy of at least half the attention today, if not more. Fabio waves to the crowd, gives them a little kiss as well. He's provided the Wimbledon crowd with a lot of entertainment over the years, and tennis crowds all over the world have enjoyed watching Fabio play, including myself, by the way. 5-set wins has been a thing for him. Remember that 5-set win he had over Rafa from 2 sets down at the US Open. Also beating Rafa in Monte Carlo en route to the title there a few years ago. Anyway, 9 double faults for both players. Alcaraz getting just 58% of his first serves in. And Alcaraz hitting 62 unforced errors. Mind you, the match was over 4.5 hours, so maybe that's understandable. I can hear Isabel. Whenever you're ready, just bring yourself forward. I'm going to share this scoreline now on the screen with you. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
I guess without power, you haven't been able to see a lot of tennis today.
No, and apparently I missed like a 5-setter.
Yeah, I mean, you've missed a few things. Jarry winning in 5 sets over Rune. Rune was 2 sets to love up. But I think the one you're obviously referring to is the one that's just finished on centre court, which I have no idea because I didn't tune in until the 5th set as to how it got to the 5th set. But maybe there was some inspiration from Fabio Fognini, who's about to retire. Carlos, at the changeover at the end of the 4th set, Carlos was sort of like just looking a bit under the weather, as have a few people today, both in the crowd and amongst the players, because I think we've had searing temperatures in London. But yeah, that's basically what you missed so far.
Damn. Wow. My bracket's already destroyed, I guess.
Did you have Rune beating Jarry then, for example?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of us would have done. I mean, Medvedev is out. Tsitsipas is out. Ostapenko is out. I mean...
Yeah, I think I had Medvedev going all the way to the semis. So
yeah, I don't think I would have. I didn't do a bracket this time. I don't think I'd have had him going that far, but I can see why, because I think his draw didn't seem bad. He got to the final in Halle recently. It seemed like he was turning a corner a little bit, but yeah, he's gone 4 sets.
God.
And what time is it where you are? Like 20 past 10, is it?
It's just after 11.
Oh, okay, 20 past 11 then.
Yeah, I'm in New Mexico now.
Oh, I see. You're not in California.
Yeah.
So just a sort of a thing that I observed, I didn't hear anyone say it, but Carlos looked like he was just physically under the weather at the end of the fourth set. But he obviously managed to dig deep and just batten down the hatches and get it done. Vondrousova looked like she was on the verge of winning earlier. In fact, she's not done it. She was actually up a set and a break, but Kessler's broken back, so they're in a tie break.
Let's see what else is going on. Oh, and Fonseca beat Fernley.
Yeah, in straight sets.
Wow. Once again, my bracket just is in tatters.
That was 51-49 for me in favor of Zhao, but yeah, I can see why you went Fernley.
I usually at Wimbledon, I give all of the Brits like a good chance.
Okay.
He can still play, 3-4 more years. Unbelievable. I just I have to give him the credit of.
Okay, I know, and we've still got a few coming up.
Yeah, a centre court's going to be obviously running a bit behind. I think that depending on how the next two matches go, they might not get it all done today.
Yeah.
But given the lack of rain in London at the moment, I don't think it's a big deal.
And share the court many times with him, the locker room with him, and we're gonna enjoy, the last week.
He played incredibly well.
Yeah, Alcaraz. I did not see that going 5 sets.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought it would be pretty routine.
I thought it might be even a little like worrying, like 2-2 and 1 or something.
Yeah.
I think he'd lost 8 matches in a row, Fonini, before today. I mean, it's now 9 in a row, but that feels like a bit of a win.
I mean, yeah, I guess better than losing in straights.
You were there in 2022 at Wimbledon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got some friends there right now. I know they were in the queue this morning.
Okay.
I
think Nick is going tomorrow. Scott is there, right, today?
Of course. Yeah.
Maybe
next year.
I saw him posting in London last night at the Andy Murray show.
Yeah, I wondered what that was.
Oh, he's going to play a Brit, Oliver. So Alcaraz is playing Tarvit in the next round. Tarvit is 719 in the world.
Poor guy.
Yeah. I will try and beat him, but nothing personal.
Yeah. I think the match I'm sort of got like the most I'm looking forward to today is actually Badosa and Bolter.
Okay. Is that the last on centre?
I think that'll
maybe?
be interesting. I don't know actually. Let's see.
Okay.
Supposed to be.
Gonna have a quick look.
Yeah, it should be the next one on center court.
It's last because I think next is a men's match and then it's Badosa Bolter. I think, it might be next. You might be right.
I think it's next.
You might be right. Sorry, yeah.
Because then after that would be Zverev and Rinderkach.
What on earth are they doing putting that on center court for?
I know. Like,
I mean,
what? Who
you got
wants
an
to
all-British
watch
match right now between Raducanu and Zhu, okay? And yeah, I mean, it looks like Raducanu should come through this. She's up a set and a break, although she's got a break point to fend off. But you never know. Raducanu could go out in a dramatic 3-set loss, and that should have been on set. I mean, number one is okay, but it's not like Zverev and Rinderknech are like, the Brits are crazy about either of these two players. It's not like a legend of the sport who's bowing out, like a Fonini in a way. But yeah.
it's, I don't know what they're doing with that.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to have a look at who else has been playing today. I mean, first of all, I would probably think about putting Raducanu on against Zhu. Anisimova against Putintseva is a pretty good one, although Anisimova's running away with it. Wow, she's not lost a game yet. Rublev has got a match point against Zhera. And it looks like Zhu has just broken back against Raducanu, and she's gesticulating to the crowd as well. So that's her pumped up, back on serve in the second set. I mean, Runa Jari as well. We know now it went 5 sets, but that was always, going to be a fun one. There's a lot of Chileans and Danish people in London. They were a lot of them were there in the stadium today. Mind you, they do make a good atmosphere on the outside courts. Oh, Vondrousova's got it done. Well, that's good for her, especially as I think she might have been serving for it, actually. Anyway, she's through. How does that affect your bracket?
I think I picked her to go to the 4th round.
Who have you got winning?
On the women's side?
For example?
I think I had Paolini and Coco in the final.
Paolini? Okay.
Yeah, and I went with Coco because, I wanted to pick Coco for the French Open, but I didn't let myself do it, and I should have. So this time I went more with my heart on it, even if I end up being wrong.
I think you will be wrong for 2
I
reasons.
think so too.
One is because I'm not really sure about either player this year at Wimbledon. And 2, Paolini's actually lost the first set to Sevastova. I mean, I wouldn't have expected her to lose this one, but she's actually down a set already. Madison Keys, by the way, had to come through a hell of a battle. She lost the first set 7-5 and then won the next 2, I think, 7-5, 7-5. But boy, that was a close one as well with Rusa, which I think Nick has tipped her to win the title.
Keys?
Yeah. I think it's wild. It's the Wild West. It's the Wild West. I see Sabalenka as the favorite, but I've got so many doubts.
I don't know that there is a favorite. I don't know that I don't know. I just don't know. I haven't seen her play much on grass, so I just don't know how it's going to go.
She's good, but I'm a bit worried about a French Open hangover, really, and just not sure about it. Up until probably 3 weeks ago. I mean, with every time she loses the final, and by the way, she's winning finals as well, but she's lost a lot of finals this year.
I mean, yeah. 2-0.
Yeah, Grand Slam finals, yeah, but she's lost others as well, including Indian Wells. So Zhu is 17.
Okay.
And I think Raducanu was about 17 when she had her breakout at Wimbledon. That would have been the year before you went. How long did you live in the UK for, by the way? A year?
9 months, 10 months, something like that.
So, yeah, the year before was 21 when Raducanu had her big breakout, which is obviously the year that she went on to win the US Open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bolter Badosa is about to get underway. Yeah, that is it's just for me, if Badosa's fit, she can do big things, but it's been 2 years of stop, start. She'll have 6 weeks of good health, Badosa, and she'll be like, oh, okay, here we go. She's just starting to do well. Maybe she gets to the quarterfinals at the US Open, or, she has wins over Goff in Australia this year. And then suddenly she'll have a few weeks on the sidelines. Then she'll get fit again, and it's just stop-start for her.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like Bolter is kind of hot and cold, too. She'll have a really good run somewhere, and then she'll lose first round at the next tournament. So I just never know.
I just think if Badosa's moving well in terms of her health, then I think she probably beats Bolter. But did you go for Bolter because of the British factor?
Well, that, and I do like her.
So British and you like her. Got it.
Yeah. She's, dating the demon, and I like him.
Yeah, they're a fun couple. What else have we got going on? Lulu San and Buskova at 4-all. Pavlyuchenkova and Tomjanovic just getting underway. Oh, and Rublev has dropped a set against Zhera. And Anisimova is leading Putintseva 6-love, 2-love.
Wow.
I did have Anisimova to come through just because Putinseva's form is so bad. But I certainly didn't expect the first 8 games to all go the way of Amanda.
Oh, and Brandon Holt. He's Tracy Austin's son, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's down a break to Davidovich Fokina,
Yeah.
who's pretty good on the grass. Yet to win a title, Davidovich Fokina, but he keeps coming close. I'm thinking he was in a semi-final maybe last week in Mallorca.
Yeah. He lost against
Oh, he's in Eastbourne, sorry. Yeah, lost against Fritz. Yeah.
Fritz. Yeah.
Have you got Fritz? Oh, yeah, we haven't spoke about your men's draw. Who have you got winning it?
Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today is a concern, but...
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect today to happen. I was going based off of queens.
Yeah. And obviously, going for 3 titles in a row. Probably there's only 2 or 3 sort of candidates on the men's side. I think there's a lot more on the women's.
Yeah.
It's been the thing in Wimbledon the last couple of years with some kind of crazy women's winners, whereas the men's has been a little bit more predictable. And yeah, I've got Alcaraz, but it's a bit of a boring choice, really. Who have you got him beating in the final?
Sinner.
Yeah.
I think I have Djokovic going to the quarters.
Does he play Draper maybe in the quarters?
I have him losing to Bublik.
Okay, so you've got Bublik beating Draper, I guess. Or you've got Draper going out somewhere.
I think he does go out to Bublik in my draw, but I could be wrong. The British factor could lift him in some way. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like my men's draw was a little crazy.
It's a bad draw for Jack. That, I mean, getting Bublik that early, if that ends up happening. I mean, Bublik is still vulnerable. Raducanu, by the way, is not looking vulnerable anymore. She's up a set and a break once again. That's a tough draw. And it's a tough draw for both players to draw each other that early. But that's what happens when Bublik's outside the top 10. So, yeah. And so you got Bublik getting to the quarters before. Semis. Okay. What about Taylor Fritz?
I don't even remember. Maybe 4th round.
Okay.
Quarters.
He's
pull it up.
Kind of my 4th or 5th favorite. I don't see anyone other than Yannick, Carlos, or Novak winning the title. So even though he's 4th favorite for me, or maybe 5th favorite after Jack Draper, I don't. Anyone outside the top 3, it's kind of the first 3, then there's the rest. And me having Fritz at 4th favorite or 5th favorite just means I think he's got a good chance of getting the semis.
Oh, I actually have. I actually have Fritz in the semis. I filled this out a couple days ago. Yeah. I might redo some picks. But yeah, I have Fritz in the semis with this was a weird, my quarters draw is kind of crazy. I have Lorenzo and Yannick,
Mm-hmm.
Bublik and Djokovic,
Mm-hmm.
Fritz and Berrettini, and Tiafoe and Alcaraz.
It's a cup. I mean, yeah, Tiafoe needs to do something which she hasn't done for almost a year. There was one. Oh, Berrettini, yeah. I mean, Berrettini's up a set, I think, at the moment. Well, actually, he's 1 set all. There's a risk there with Berrettini and Tiafoe, but the other 6 kind of sound reasonable.
Yeah, I think I was just going based off of the draws that those guys had.
Okay.
But now, like, even my round 16 is kind of messed up because I had Rune in there. I had Medvedev in there.
Rune had a bit of a knee problem towards the end of the 4th set. I don't know if that ended up influencing the result today, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rune, okay, not the US Open last year, but elsewhere he tends to get to the 4th round or the quarterfinals. So he's not super reliable, but he's not normally a first round departure.
Yeah.
Except for the US Open, I think it was first round last year. Double fault here from Raducanu, so another break point for Zhu.
Oh no, Osaka's down a break too.
Yeah. She's in a bit of a spot right now. What did you think about what she said about Patrick Mouratoglou? So this is like a month ago when she sort of said, "Oh, poor Patrick, he's got me as his player, unlike Serena Williams, best player of all time, and I'm losing matches like this." I can't remember which match it was, but the French Open, I think. I don't know if you heard those comments, but there has been some reaction.
I didn't hear what the reaction was, but she's always been kind of self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And kind of down on herself. So it didn't really surprise me that she said that.
Just normally players kind of start questioning their coach. That's the other thing. Normally maybe they don't publicly do it, although sometimes, but normally, on this occasion, yeah, she's questioning herself and thinking, oh, I don't know.
I don't really think much of Mouratoglou. I don't really like him.
It's a lot of bravado.
As a coach. I think he attached himself to Serena when she was already wildly successful, and so I don't think he can hang his hat and like, well, I coached Serena to win this and this, and it's like, yeah, but she was already kind of a legend at that point.
Yeah.
So I don't really think much of him, and Naomi would probably do better to have a different coach.
Yeah. Well, time will tell. Just going to see if Raducanu can get this done. No. She's got a break point to save here, but she was on top of the rally. But now it's Zhu who's on top of the rally, and Zhu wins it with a forehand winner. Wow. She's not given up yet. Down a set and 3-1, but now it's back on serve, albeit 3-2. Which match have you got in front of you, by the way?
I've got Raducanu on, but I think I'm about a point behind you.
All right. I mean, feel free to change to a different match, especially if I'm a point ahead. I mean, Badosa Bolt was just getting underway. Buskova's won the first set over Sun. Berrettini's one set all. Paolini's on serve in the second set. Your tip for the final. And you got Coco. Now that is a wild final. That's a wild one. Paolini Goff. I didn't do a bracket, but if I had have done, they would have been going out sometime
early.
In the first 10 days, week or so. Yeah.
I think just like when I was looking at, I think it was Coco's draw. I didn't think it was that. Well, I mean, there might have been a couple of people in her draw where I was like, that could be tricky. Some good grass players in there. I don't know. I just, I was listening to Andy Roddick's podcast, and when he was looking at the draw, he was like, this is such a weird draw. He was like, I don't like this. I don't like any of my picks. So it kind of seems like everyone sort of like has a weird bracket this year. So.
I mean, Sabalenka's draw is tough. Raducanu in the other half, which is the softer half, which I'm guessing is where Coco is as well, because I'm guessing Coco's playing tomorrow. And Iga as well, I think, is tomorrow as well, I think she's tomorrow.
Yeah, I think she's in that second half.
Yeah, right. And so, the big names up there, but none of them, Coco included, have sort of grass court pedigree. Is Pegula in that half as well? Because I think she must really be. Yeah, she's tomorrow as well. So, yeah,
you think she has a chance?
She's certainly got a chance to get into the semis, which will only be the second time she's been past the quarters in her career of a Grand Slam. Yeah, she's got a great chance. I think winning the title's a bit much, but it would be less of a surprise Pegula winning the title than Vondrousova or Krejcikova, that's for sure. So,
do you have like a dark horse pick?
Let me have a look. Hang on. Oh, I don't know if you heard. Did you hear the news about Ons Jabeur?
No.
She was the first sort of big name, if not a seed, to fall. But unfortunately, she had to retire because she was basically sick, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. She went up an early break, then goes to a tie break, I think. Was it 7-5? One of the two. But it was a bit of a long first set. I think it was 74 minutes in total. And then the second set begins. She goes down a break and then retires. But she was sick. Right. Dark horse. It's got to be someone sort of outside the top 20. Let's go for someone outside the top 20. And let's go with... I mean, I don't think Von Droosterver counts as a dark horse, given that she won the title in 2023 and won Berlin recently. Can I have Vekic as a dark horse?
I mean, yeah, she made the semis last year, right?
Made the semis, exactly. But that's what I don't want. If you've got to be a dark horse, you've got to be like not too loud, if you like. So,
I mean, I always pick Svitolina as my dark horse for usually the French and Wimbledon. So,
yeah, and that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, and she definitely falls into, in my opinion, dark horse category. I mean, I know she might be sort of between 10 and 20 in the rankings. It sounds like, yeah, she's 13, but never been beyond the semis at any Grand Slam, actually. Never been in a Slam final.
But I think she's made the semis of at least 3.
I'm going to have a look now. She's been in Wimbledon semis for sure.
And French, I think. Maybe quarters of French.
Let's have a look. Semis at Wimbledon, semis at US Open, quarters at French, and quarters. But so many times. Look at this. I'm going to share it on the screen.
Yeah.
Like 3 times in Australia, quarters.
She's like a reliable choice to get through to the quarters, I think, at like most Grand Slams, especially the French.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I think she would have made the semis, maybe even the final of Australia if Madison Keys hadn't, you know, been on such a tear at Australia. But I think she has. She's always my dark horse pick for
she lost that 3 sets. That was a close. I think it was 3 sets, wasn't it? It was a close match anyway. With
I'm pretty sure that every match Madison had at the like from round 16 on was 3 sets. Yeah,
because she came through against Svitolina in 3 sets in the quarters. She came through Iga Swiatek in 3 sets. She came through Rinda Sabalenka, of course, in 3 sets. And I think the 4th round might have been against
Raducanu too. Yeah. Raducanu, I think that was also 3 sets. She had the hardest draw of like anything I've ever seen.
It's wild. It's wild.
It was crazy.
And then the way she won it, I think she may have had to say a match point against Swiatek, I think. And
I think it was more than 1.
Yeah, might have been. And it was also 7-5 in the 3rd against Arena, so a real tight one there. Raducanu 4-2, love 40, becomes 15-40 on the Zhu serve. So this could on her serve, 40-15. So this could be entering the final moments.
I've got Bolter on right now.
Good.
Okay,
I'm going to get the scores back on the screen.
No, I actually played tennis yesterday.
Did you?
I did. I had my first tennis lesson in like 15 years.
Okay, a lesson. How was it?
I did better than I thought. I did better than I thought. And the guy was actually kind of impressed, given that I told him, I was like, yeah, I haven't had a lesson since I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
So
I'm guessing it was on a hard court, right?
Yeah. Not a lot of clay courts.
Clay? I was going to say clay and grass. It's not. I mean, grass is pretty thin on the ground globally. Even the UK. I mean, there's a lot of hard courts and a few clay as well. And Germany as well, which has grass court tournaments. There's not many grass courts you can play on.
I mean, I know there are clay courts. I know there's one in Los Angeles. It's green clay. And I heard yesterday, because someone came running over at the court we were at and said, the clay court is flooding. So they must have a clay court at this place in New Mexico. But I've never seen a grass court here. Even the grass courts I played on in Scotland were like fake grass.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know the fake grass. Yeah. Raducanu there holding as well. 5-2, clenched fist from her. So she's 1 game away from a spot in the 2nd round. I'm going to bring up the draw as well. So even though I didn't make a bracket, and I tried, you know what? I went on the app, Isabella, about a minute to 11 today. A minute to 11 UK time. So minute 12 where I am and middle of the night where you are. But to try and get my bracket done, but I was too late.
We could always do a personal one.
I mean, I'm kind of going to tell you off the top of my head. I'm going for Alcaraz to win the title on the men's side. I'll tell you my women's prediction in a second because it's just really difficult. It's a pity you couldn't do it on I know on the app you can do it in TNNS, but it's a pity you couldn't do it on a website. Like, you just click on a player and put them through, because I'd love to share the screen.
I did that for the Nothing
be
Major podcast. They're doing a bracket challenge, so I did it on their website.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Oh, it's probably too late to do it now, but that's good to know that for the future.
I think they were just doing men's. They didn't have a women's one.
But that's good to know if they do that in the future, because yeah, Wimbledon bracket challenge. Here we go. Yeah, you can't do it now, but yeah, this is just what I want, really. Anyway, right, back to the draw anyway. Sinner's beating Nardi, and then he's going to beat whoever he plays, Bekic or Seng. I can see Shapovalov getting to the third round and playing Yannick Sinner.
Yeah, I think he's got a good chance to get there, but there's no way he'll get past.
Oh, Felix won in 5 sets today.
Yeah, I don't really have high hopes for Felix anymore. I used to, really, really like him, but it's kind of.
I can see
not
here
there anymore.
a third round between Tommy Paul and I'll go Mute. Tommy Paul Mute in the third round here. And here.
Yeah, I think he's still injured, right?
Who? Tommy Paul?
Tommy Paul, wasn't he injured?
Oh, I know he's had a stop-start couple of weeks or a few weeks now, yeah. But I think he's okay-ish. I mean, he's playing tournaments anyway. Well, he's playing Wimbledon.
I think it was an ab injury.
Yeah. He's had a stop-start 6-7 weeks. Here, I'm going to go with Humbert to play Shelton, and Shelton will win that one. Should get a pen and paper out for this, really. We'll do it now. Yeah, I don't know about his fitness. But I've still got him getting to the third round anyway.
Yeah.
What about Shelton? Are you big on him?
I think I have him up to the round of 16.
Okay. And I think me too.
I've become more of a Shelton fan in the last year than I was before.
I'm not enjoying watching him play.
Fergus definitely makes fun of me for that, but
oh, okay. So I'll have round 3. Sinner versus Chapo. And Sinner to win. And then we'll have Mute against Paul. And I'll go, if Paul is fit, then he wins that and therefore plays Yannick Sinner in round 4.
Okay.
If
Coulter
Paul
just broke Badosa.
Oh, did she?
In the third game.
Okay.
It was impressive. It was that was cool. All
right. Zhu has a game point for 3-5. I'll have Shelton playing Humbert in round 3. And I'll have Shelton winning that one. So he will play someone in round 4. I'll have Shelton versus Humbert, and then Shelton will play the winner from this section, and this section's winner will be Lorenzo Musetti. Because Musetti is going to play... let's go with Opelka.
I'm hoping his health is okay as well.
Do you like Opelka?
No.
Oh.
Not even slightly. I hope Musetti's health is okay, because he had what was it, like a hamstring?
Yeah.
The French. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Raducanu serving for the match. Love 15. Draper's first round is nice. And I do see him getting to the third round to play Bublik, yeah. And I think he's beaten Bublik. It's tough, but I think he's beaten Bublik.
Might be close.
Then I'll go with, oh dear, this is a messy section. I'll go with Mensik. And Mensik is going to play Draper. Yeah, I think Draper should get to the quarters. And we'll go with Pinnington Jones to make it to the third round. Well, what about that? That would be wild. But done well on the grass recently. So, Mensik versus Draper is a round 4. And then the other round 4 from the top half will be... So, Dimonor against Hallis. Versus Hallis. We'll go with Demon, although Demon's not playing that well at the moment.
No.
He's lost a few matches.
Kind of disappointing, too, because he was it the semis last year that he dropped out of? Or the quarters?
Quarters. He was about to play Novak, I think, in the quarters and then pulled out, yeah. So, actually, talking of Novak, he's going to play Djokovic in round 4. I've got Djokovic beating Mickelson in round 3.
Mickelson, okay.
Yeah. I like Mickelson. I like him on the grass. He's playing quite well. And the draw is okay. Kecmanovic, then De Jong or Eubanks. I know Eubanks had a good run at Wimbledon a couple of years ago, but I do feel as though that was more of a one-off than a regular thing. Raducanu match point.
I think I have him going out to Djokovic.
Okay. Yeah. Serves down the tee. Zhu can't get the return in. And therefore, Raducanu is through to the next round in straight sets. Have a quick look at stats on this one. Are you a Raducanu fan?
I mean, I don't want her to lose badly.
I mean, I'm kind of neutral on it, which is unusual because most people are one way or another. And they really are strong one way. Anyway, regarding the stats, 6-3, 6-3, of course, is the most important stat of all. Let's have a look. Anything else that's standing out? Aces 4-3 in favor of Raducanu. So, yeah, Zhu's serve is not exactly the biggest on tour, that's for sure. First serve in 75%. Lots of laughs here from Raducanu. Another good point for Emma is that she looked okay physically. Her back has been a problem in recent weeks, flaring up at Queen's, and then it didn't look great in Eastbourne last week. But she's won her match today. She applauds Zhu, the 17-year-old, who thanks her team. She walks off the court. But yeah, net points 82% for Raducanu, 84 for Zhu. And total points 68-49. Pretty comfortable. That back wasn't pushed so much today. So we will see. Who is Raducanu going to be playing in the next round? Maybe I should go back to my draw and have a look.
Bolter is returning exceptionally well right now.
Okay.
It is very impressive. She's up love 30 right now after consolidating a break.
Okay, so me bigging up Paula Badosa was probably not the wisest thing to do.
Well, you never know. I mean, it could shift, but it seems like this first set is going Katie's way.
Oh, wow. By the way, this section, I'd forgotten about this section, the draw that Sabalenka's in as well. But look at this. I'm going to share it with you. So Vondrousova, Raducanu is maybe the tie of the round, even though we haven't got all the matches set. But
I do think I don't know that she can get past Vondrousova.
No, me neither. Now that's on centre court.
It's so difficult playing another great first round when the draw came out. I can't say that I was loving it. Mingge's a really dangerous player. She's so young, and she's got some amazing weapons at her disposal. So I'm really happy to have come through that, and just want to thank everyone for the support on both sides.
Huge. Raducanu Vondrousova, and then the winner of that If Raducanu is going to make the fourth round, she's going to have to beat Vondrousova and Sabalenka probably.
Okay, Katie's got another break point.
Okay, for a double break advantage. I'm going to stay live for about another 20 to 30 minutes. Are you okay to stay live for 20 to 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yep, and Katie gets the break.
Does she?
Yep, up 4-1.
Okay, that's almost first set done then, almost.
Yeah. Have you watched the Rublev documentary that came out yesterday?
No, I didn't even know there was a Rublev documentary out. Is it kind of an
I don't know how long it
on
is.
sort of him as a person and some of the mental stuff that he's had to go through?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. But I guess it was like the ATP did like a mini documentary about it, and then like his work with Marat Safin. So
okay,
I'm curious to see. I might watch that today.
Yeah. So Sabalenka through Raducanu Vondrousova. Yes, I see a Sabalenka Vondrousova third round, and you know what? I'm going to go for Vondrousova to win it. So
to win the tournament?
Well, at least the third round. So I've got Vondrousova in a round 4. This is on the women's side.
Oh, you think she's going to beat Sabalenka?
Yeah. That's what I'm going for.
But could happen.
It's a tough run for Vondrousova. Not ranked, not seeded, of course. So beating Kessler, followed by Raducanu, followed by Sabalenka should be worthy of a place in that fourth round for sure. So I've got Vondrousova winning that section. And this section, I'm going to go with Svitolina. So a Svitolina, Vondrousova round 4. Then this section. I mean, we've got Katie Bolter up a double break, so that's helping me a bit. But I'm going to go with Vekic to win this section.
Okay.
So Vekic to come through here. Maybe against Bolter in round 3. And we'll have...
I bet that would be a good match.
We'll have Keys against... Let's go with Layla, and Keys comes through. So Keys against Vekic in round 4. I don't know what the score is with Paolini right now, so I'm just gonna ignore the fact that she's obviously in the spot of bother and go with what I would have said pre-tournament, which is Paolini to play Noskova, but I'm gonna go with Noskova to come through this section.
Paolini is up 5-3 in the second.
Is she? Okay.
And she's serving for it. Yeah.
Okay. So she might well be okay and eventually come through. I think she was down a set in the first round in French Open as well this year. So anyway, there we go. And then from this section, we'll have Haddad Maia against Anisimova, and I'll have Anisimova to come through. So that's setting up a fourth round clash with Noskova. Then this section, I will go with Schneider and Kartal, with Schneider eventually coming through. Diana Schneider. Who will she play? She will play the winner of this section, which I'll have as Qinwen Zheng. I'm not a huge fan of Zheng on the grass, but this is quite a nice section. Siniakov has got a leg injury right now, so it depends on how that is. Kruger could be a possibility as well, but we'll go with Qinwen Zheng. So that's that half of the draw. Let's get the bottom half, which begins with Mida Andreeva. And we'll have Mida emerging from this section to therefore play Krejcikova. Oh, Navarro. Yeah, I've got Krejcikova going out.
I don't know about Navarro right now.
No?
I just don't know about her. I mean, I know she did well last year, but I just haven't seen that same kind of play from her, so I'm just not sure.
Yeah, she does seem to manage to find a way into a third set tie break, match points, but down a break in the third set scenario, probably a bit more often than she would like. But probably she's going to send Kvitova into retirement. I'm not sure. When's Kvitova finishing? Maybe US Open? She's retiring anyway, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I think end of the year. Yeah.
End of the year, okay, yeah.
I think it's she'll finish the year out, yeah.
Yeah. So she's playing Wimbledon, obviously, anyway. But yeah, so that's that. But I have Navarro coming through this section to set up a fourth round with Mira Andreeva. This section here, oh, wow. I'll go with Alexandrova to emerge. If Mukova was fit, I'd be maybe a bit bigger on her, but she's got issues and hitting one.
Never fit.
I know. Real pity. We'll go with definitely Pegula emerging here. Yeah, I've got Pegula in the quarters at the very least. Got Pegula in the quarters. Although Tatiana Maria's second round will test her, I think, and I think Maria will beat Volinets.
I think I have Maria beating Jessica.
Do you? Tatiana Maria to beat Jessica Pegula? That's a big call.
It's a weird draw, you know? I made some weird choices.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 of my fourth rounds, and now I'm going to get the 8th one because Raducanu is going to win this section. And then this section will be won by Samsonova. Samsonova is going to win this section. And she will end up playing. Maybe Kennan. Not Coco Gauff. Let's go with Kennan. Let's go wild. Let's have Coco Gauff going out to someone. Maybe Yastremska even in the first round. So that means I've got Vondrousova, and she'll beat Svitolina, and she'll play Keys. I think she'll play Keys. Or maybe Vekic. Now let's go Vekic. Vondrousova against Vekic in a quarterfinal. So that's Vekic reaching back-to-back Wimbledon quarterfinals. Let's go with Anisimova against Schneider in another quarterfinal. Let's go with Navarro against Pegula in another quarterfinal. And we'll go with Raducanu against Samsonova in another one. We'll have Raducanu against Pegula. Yeah, Raducanu against Pegula in one semi-final. And then the other semi-final will be Vondrousova against Anisimova. And then Vondrousova is getting to the final, where she's going to play Raducanu. There you go. But Raducanu's going to win.
Okay.
Raducanu's winning Wimbledon. There we go. Just done it. We can all quit and just go home now.
Yeah, and my choice of Coco Gauff was crazy.
I know, but I still think I think Coco Gauff is crazier than Raducanu.
I think picking Raducanu to even make the semis of a Grand Slam this year is crazy.
I mean, I know reliability and Raducanu is certainly not something you would put together, but yeah. Bolter serving for the first set, 28 minutes on the clock, and Paolini did get that second set done. Berrettini, your quarterfinalist, is struggling to beat someone who I would not associate on grass, Maishik. But still, it is on serve in the third set. Osaka won the first set against Gibson.
Oh, yay. She was down a break, I think.
Yeah, I think she was. Yeah.
I want
Diallo,
her to
the
have some good
Canadian.
results.
Diallo, the Canadian, is threatening a bagel, but it is 30-15. In 2022, can you
I
remember
don't know
which
much
court?
about him.
About Diallo? I know I know he beat Dan Evans in Canada a couple of years ago, and yeah, there's a lot of potential there. I mean, when I say potential, I don't necessarily think top 10, but yeah, top 20. Maybe a 1,000
Maybe
title at some point.
20, yeah.
Let me see. What's his ranking right now? He's probably top 50 even right now. What is he? Yeah, he's ranked 40 right now. Yeah, there's a good career out there for sure. Not quite, as I say, I don't think winning a Grand Slam or top 10. Top 10 could happen, but not winning a Grand Slam. Anyway, it's 5-1 against Altmaier.
No.
Seen quite a few red faces in the crowd today. From the sun.
Nobody wear a lot of sunscreen in the UK?
Well, they should do, but they get carried away. Especially when there's alcohol involved, but also they just get carried away anyway. And just forget and go, I'll be all right. I didn't know you were a Bolter fan, Jake.
Yeah, I'm very...
Oh, you too. I know. Yeah. But I just saw Jake writing.
I mean,
in the
what's
chat
not
as well.
to like about Katie?
She's all right. I don't just. I'm probably neutral on her. That's what I would say. I don't mind Badosa. I'm just trying to think who I do like and who I don't. Okay, here's who I like. Let's at least go with that far. Is it a lot easier to choose who I like? I like Mukova. I like Ons Jabeur. I like anyone who's got a decent game, like in terms of like it's fun to watch, and have never won a slam but have been bloody close. So Mukova and Jabeur just fit that criteria perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bolter's won the first set.
At Love too.
Yeah. 6-2.
Oh, well, all right.
Paolini and Sevastova have yet to get underway in the third set. Berrettini is facing down a set point against Maishik. Osaka on serve in the second set, having won the first set over Gibson. Brooksby won the first set against Griekspoor. That's a tricky one to call. Did Griekspoor win the title in Mallorca?
Normally, I think on a different surface, I would pick Griekspoor, but not on grass.
Okay. Anyway, so those are my sort of two favorites. I do like Sabalenka as a personality, but she wins a lot. So if it was like Sabalenka against Mukova, or if it was Sabalenka against anyone who's never won a Grand Slam, even Katie Bolter, who I told her I'm pretty neutral on, I would be supporting Bolter just because she's not won one, and Sabalenka's won a few, and she's going to win a few more, I'm pretty sure. Who are your sort of favorites on the women's side in terms of players you enjoy watching and support?
Oh, yeah. Certainly. I mean, I love Coco.
Mm-hmm. So you were pleased with that
she
French
can
Open
really
final?
frustrate me. Sometimes when her serve is not working, I get really, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep supporting her. But then when she wins, I'll like cry.
Mm-hmm.
So I do really like her.
That French Open final must have been pretty emotional.
I was shocked, but I was very pleased. I was teary when she won.
Yeah.
So I like Coco. I love Paolini. I think she's
I like
so
Paolini
fun.
as well. Oh, and if Paulini
It
was in a,
yeah.
she's. I mean, she falls in that
I
category
like
as well.
Paulini. I think she's so fun. Who else is there? I like Zhang. I think Zhang is really entertaining, and those matches can sometimes get really intense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Paulini, as I say, definitely falls into that sort of category of nearly players at the moment, having now had 2 slam finals. Yeah, I mean, unless it's Paulini
Zhang
Mukova.
also. Who else? And probably Madison Keys. You know, I've been watching her for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, I think, originally from California. So.
Okay. I mean, if Svitolina was in the final against, let's say, Svitolina Raducanu,
right now.
Yeah. Is Svitolina Raducanu on a separate half of the draw? Having a look. Anyway. Yeah, if Svitolina's in the final. Yes, I think they are on a different side of the draw. Svitolina played today, yeah, and Raducanu plays tomorrow. So I would obviously go for the underdog. That'd be Svitolina. On the men's side, players that I enjoy watching and would love to eventually win a Grand Slam. Ben Shelton would be in that category for me.
Yeah, and I think he will.
I think he will, yeah.
I was getting such heat from Fergus because I said I think in the next 2 or 3 years Ben Shelton will win a Grand Slam.
Okay.
And yeah, I was catching heat for that opinion.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a I don't know if it's a rivalry, but it's a bit of a sort of US stroke British thing with seeing the trajectories of Ben Shelton and Jack Draper kind of differ, because obviously they're both similar ages and similar emergence times, but certainly Draper gets a set off Djokovic in, I think, 21 or 22 at Wimbledon. And so he's sort of on the radar then. And then Shelton has his breakout moments getting to the semis in New York in 23 and I think also Australia in 25, I think this year. So he's had a couple of semi-finals at slams. And yet it's Draper who's also now been in the semi-finals in New York last year and now winning 1000s and entering the top 5. So these guys are sort of going like this, and they're very big on Draper, and I'm probably bigger on Shelton. And so then it sort of becomes a bit of a thing, either in the WhatsApp group or just in general spheres. So, yeah, so I'm sure they're quite keen to. I think I remember saying something as well that maybe he would win more matches than Draper this year or something like that. It might have been talking about the clay court swing, actually. But whatever it was, it's sort of up the ante between Shelton and Draper fans.
I don't think there needs to be like a rivalry between the two. I think they're very different players.
They don't have a rivalry. It's just purely invented by us.
Yeah.
Me, Fergus, and James, basically.
I like Draper too, and I'm sure he might also win a slam. I think it's possible.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I was really impressed with his clay season. You know, he almost took out Casper Ruud.
Nearly won Madrid, yeah.
Is Casper even playing?
No, he's injured.
Wimbledon?
He's injured.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a shame.
It's the best time for him to be injured, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he does not like grass, it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Draper will also win a slam, and yeah, I know I caught heat for it, but I do think Ben will also be the next top American. I think he'll take Fritz's top American status eventually.
I think
maybe not this year.
He's more likely to win a slam than Fritz as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's Pat Cash on my screen right now.
Are you watching the Bolter?
No, I've got Diallo against Altmaier on it. Not because I switched over, but just the TV or the end of the Raducanu match just automatically went to another match, and I could always switch to another one if I chose, but I haven't changed over. I'm just looking at the sort of top ranking players on the men's side right now, and just thinking of players that I really like Daniel Medvedev, but him winning another slam or not doesn't make much difference to me. I felt bad for him in Australia last year when he's up 2-0 again, and this time losing the final to Yannick Sinner.
Yeah,
and I knew Yannick was going to. Yeah, I knew Yannick would go on and win a few slams. So, yeah, that was pretty tough. And I really like him as a person. He's a lot of fun, but he's already won a slam. He's not maybe so much in the conversation anymore, anyway. So,
yeah, I don't think he's really in the top 10 anymore, right?
He isn't. He dropped out and he's gone back in, but he'll probably drop out again now. He's lost first round at Wimbledon. Anyway, he's at number 9 right now. Tiafoe. Now that's someone I would love to win a slam. He's in a similar category to me, to Mukovo and Jabeur and Paolini in terms of just give him a slam. I want Casper Ruud to win the French Open, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
I just want Tiafoe to make a final.
Yeah, but if he loses the final, that's going to be tough as well.
I know it would be heartbreaking, but I just want him to make a final.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course, US or Wimbledon. I've heard him talk really highly about Wimbledon, like being desperate to win that. Of course, the US Open is obvious, and that's the one where he often performs best.
I think there's kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, but there is this thing in the States, I would say, with American tennis players where Wimbledon is the one tournament they really want to win.
Yeah.
I think just because it's so like iconic, more so than any of the other Grand Slams. It's so classic. I mean, it was the one tournament I wanted to go to as a kid. And yeah, I've heard a lot of American tennis players be like, the one I love the most is Wimbledon. The one I want to win the most is Wimbledon, more so than the US Open. Andy Roddick was, said the same thing. He's like, yeah, my US Open win was great, but I really wanted Wimbledon. Yeah. So yeah, there's this thing about it here. So that doesn't surprise me that Francis would also want that. And Fritz too. I feel like Fritz would really want this one as well.
Yeah. I see Pat Cash again having a laugh with somebody. I think that's Craig O'Shaughnessy. He's a former coach. He was on Djokovic's team. He now works the ATP, I think. He's been on the show a couple of times. Maishik won the 3rd set against Berrettini. So Berrettini is down 2-1. Osaka is 2 games all. 2 games all in the 2nd set against Gibson. Osaka won the 1st set there. Arnaldi and Botic van der Zandschulp are on serve at 2-2 in the 1st set. Zepietti won the 1st set over Moshizuki. Buskova won the 1st set over Lulu Sun. Lulu Sun, of course, having a great run last year. I think she beat Raducanu en route to maybe the 4th round of the quarterfinals. I'm not sure.
No, wasn't that 2 years ago?
Oh, was it 2 years ago, Lulu Sun?
I think that was 2022, actually. I think I was in the UK when that was going on. I think.
No, it's more recent than that. Let me see. Let me have a look. It might have been 2023, but I think it was 2024. But let's have a look. Wimbledon 24. No, that's.
I know Eubanks was last year.
Just a second.
I think.
Yeah, she beat. So this is last year. Lusan. She comes through qualifying. And then, including beating Alex Ialo in qualifying, actually. And then she beats Raducanu in the round of 16, but she loses to Vekic in the quarterfinals. That's last year.
Okay.
No,
actually,
anyway,
Eubanks was 2 years ago.
Yeah, Eubanks was 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was. Because I always have to figure out what Grand Slam it is based on where I was in the world, because I'm always in a different place.
Sure. What
so yeah, Eubanks I was in
22.
What?
I'm just trying to think. So the big stories in 22 would have. I mean, I know who got to the finals, but in terms of the few days you were there, what did you see? And
Raducanu, probably.
Okay.
She won. I mean, she won. Kyrgios made the final. I think that was it. I don't want to call it like a boring Wimbledon because it wasn't boring, but I don't think there were any sort of heartfelt kind of streaks the way like we had Eubanks or Svitolina.
Tatiana Maria was a nice one, wasn't it? In terms of
that was a nice one, yeah. But didn't she went out to Jabeur, right?
She did, yeah. And they were really good friends. But I really liked the exchange they had at the net at the end of the match, kind of like, because I think they're friends, and so it was a bit emotional for both of them. And then Jabeur was like, give her a round of applause. And I think there was some sort of obviously gestures between the families and stuff. So
yeah, that was nice. It was a nice moment.
Berrettini's up a break in the fourth set. Tomjanovic was won the first set over Pavlyuchenkova. Brooksby's down a break in the second set. He won the first set over Greek sport, but it's down a break in the second. Elise Mertens is up an early break. Oh, Rublev might go 5 sets because he's in a 4th set tiebreak, which when he won the first set 6-love and then the second set 7-6, didn't think it was going to go 5. It still might not go 5 because it's a 4th set tiebreak, but he is down 5-3 in the 4th set tiebreak. Davidovich Fokina leads Brandon Holt by 2-love. And yeah, Berrettini's up a break in the 4th. Fritzson and Petri Pericard just getting underway. It's a really tough draw for Fritz.
Yeah, I think I have him in the semis.
It's tough draw, but
if he gets there.
Yeah, but he is the one of the form players on the grass in particular.
Yeah, and he's not injured. He's like never injured.
Yeah, true. Except when he is injured, he wins Indian Wells.
So I was just thinking about that. The only time I remember him being injured, he won Indian Wells.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was not quite a miracle, but it didn't look like he was going to even take the court that day because I think he injured his ankle or his foot.
It was his foot, yeah.
Yeah, in the water when practicing that morning.
What do you think are Djokovic's chances? Because I've been hearing, Katie just double faulted.
Okay.
It's a little worrisome. What do you think Djokovic's chances are at this Wimbledon? Because I feel like a lot of people think he'll make the final.
His draw is pretty good. I haven't been that big on Djokovic in terms of where he's at in his game for about 18 months. But, and there's a huge but, it's just he just sometimes has to win one match to do something amazing. So, for example, that could be the Olympic gold medal match. I mean, the rest of the Olympics, he's playing players ranked very far down the rankings or players that are just so short of confidence in the face of Stefanos Tsitsipas that really he doesn't even need to bring his A game. But then in the final, he brings his A game, wins the gold medal. That's 2024 ticked off in a way. 2025, again, just defined by 2 or 3 incredible matches. One was against Alcaraz in Australia, and one was against Zverev in Paris. And so he just has those 2 unbelievable matches. And then suddenly he's looking, okay, what's happened with Bolter?
She double faulted twice. Badosa had a break point, and then she had a backhand go wide. Bolter did. So now Badosa has a break in the second set.
Yeah, I see it. So if he had a tough draw, then I would be concerned for him in terms of making it going far. But I don't see him winning the title for the same reasons I didn't see him winning Australia or Paris or most slams for the last 12 months, just because I just think that there's too many variables that he let's take Paris. His run would have been Zverev, Sinner, Alcaraz. He's not winning those matches back to back anymore. I think if he wins, well, he won one of them, which was impressive against Zverev. He won one against, so again, in Australia, it would have been the same 3 players, albeit in a different order. In Australia, it was Alcaraz, Zverev, Sinner. He wins one, but he can't, win back to back, albeit I know he withdrew from that match in terms of being hurt or retired. There's just too many players in front of him. But Wimbledon is where there's probably less than others.
Yeah.
He's got a nice draw. If he had a Fonseca in the first round or a Bublik in round 3 or something like that, then it might have been worse. But his draw's okay. But he's not.
I mean, I have him facing off on Bublik in, I think,
in the quarters. Yeah,
the fourth round or the
Bublik
quarters.
or Draper. Yeah.
Yeah. And looking at my bracket again, I did go against my heart and say that Djokovic gets to the semis. But I think he might go out fourth round or quarters.
Yeah, the Bublik Draper one, whenever that. So that's the quarterfinals, I think, right? If he'll play the winner of Bublik Draper, if that counts up. So that's the big one, really. But he can. I think he's possibly more like to beat Draper, more like to beat Bublik. But
I would love to see Bublik do well.
Oh,
here.
Me too. Now he's
so
someone I love watching play. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Rublev just finally got through his match.
Oh, he did he?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's so far one person in my bracket who has gotten through.
Mertens is up a
and
double.
then I think
break.
the Fritz match is starting. That's not a fun first round for Fritz.
Not at all.
Teshi Pericard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
No, not at all. I think I do think Fritz comes through, but there's players that you'd rather play in the first round, that's for sure. Oh, Paolini's up a double break in the third set, so that's looking much more secure.
Yay.
Osaka is okay in the second set. In fact, maybe more than okay. She's 30 all on the Gibson serve right now, and it's now 30-40, so she's got a break point.
Badosa just consolidated, so it's up. She's up 4-1 in the second. Not what I expected, but I said this match could turn. Katie just had to double fault twice in a row.
I mean, I was basically predicting Badosa to win, I think. I think like the beginning, when you first joined and you were like, oh, what do you think about Badosa Bolt? I think I didn't say it, but I was kind of thinking Badosa beats Bolter, but
Katie was returning really, really well in the first set. She had a lot of forehand winners off of Badosa's second serve. So I don't know what's happening now in this second set, but we'll see. See what she can do. I've seen Katie get through some tough matches before, so hopefully I'd like to see her do well. It's not that I don't like Badosa, but I don't think I'm keen to root for her most of the time.
I gotcha. I don't mind. I've met her in sort of in press conferences a couple of times and had nice moments, if you like. But yeah, I'm pretty neutral. I feel a bit sorry for her in terms of the back injuries she's had the last couple of years, and yeah, I just don't find myself drawn to that many British players, really.
Yeah.
Despite being British, there's not
many. Even Draper.
No, definitely not Draper. No, Dan Evans. Dan Evans. He's silver spoon. You know, his father worked for the LTA. You know.
But okay. I mean, I know that this is kind of an ongoing discussion in like the tennis community, is like how many sort of privileged kids there are who play tennis, but I mean that's kind of the only way you can.
They are all
do it.
It's just there are levels, though. There are levels, I would say.
Sure.
I mean, Tiafoe, for example, springs to mind in terms of.
Of course, Tiafoe, the Williams sisters, like there are exceptions, but like the majority, the only way to play this sport is to come from money.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the other thing I think about it is like, even if you have all the money and the connections, you still have to prove that you have the work ethic and talent.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like, yeah, Draper did come from a tennis family, did have the money to be able to get the training, but he still had to be good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I just think that there could be 100 more Jack Drapers out there if we had
certainly
more people playing the sport. But
absolutely,
yeah, I don't dislike him. I mean, he has said a couple of things that probably like his. I don't know if you heard about his favorite dinner guests and who one of them might be.
Was it Ronaldo? Because I feel like they all say that.
No, but that's okay. I mean,
no, it's not okay.
Listen, it's far worse than Ronaldo. He said a certain president of a North American country.
You've got
I'm
to
serious.
be kidding me.
No, he said
He wasn't joking.
No, I don't think so. Because it was
Oh my
about dinner
God.
guests and I think it was something along the lines of being an entrepreneur or something.
Well, look, I don't think Draper is really that intelligent. So
Draper said he would have dinner with Donald Trump. Yeah,
that's horrifying. I don't think he's really a very smart guy.
Yeah.
So,
But this is not my principal reason for maybe not. It's more the LTA thing, but anyway, it is what it is.
Now I don't like him.
I know, but I've come across him a couple of times. I think at times when he was playing for Britain in the Davis Cup, I was probably supporting him, but I'm just fairly, neither. If it's him against Shelton, then
that makes me question Sinner's relationship with him too.
Yeah, of course, Sinner has, but there's a lot of sports people that get manipulated, by the way. So I do have sympathy from that. I mean, Sabalenka's one of them, and they just get the presidents of or prime ministers of X country, and they want to invite them to wherever, whether it be the White House or whatever, and then suddenly they're having pictures of them, and then 5 years later, that doesn't age so well. So there's pictures of Sabalenka and the Belarusian president. There's recent pictures, of course, with Sinner and the prime minister of Italy, and but these players, that they're just tennis players, and they don't really understand necessarily that they're actually being manipulated. I'm more annoyed with the manipulator than the manipulated, put it that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Dosso, I see, is serving for the second set.
Yeah, that happened real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie is just suddenly not returning as well as she was.
I mean, these two sets could be done in less than an hour. Paolini's over the line, and Buskova's beaten Lulu's son, so that's her done for this year. Davidovich Fokina is up 2-0 on Brandon Holt. Pavlyuchenkov is fighting back against Tomljanovic. Berrettini is struggling to hold on to his serve against Majcik. He is up a break on the pole. Kruger and Stojsilovic are underway. I hope I'm saying that name right, or at least close to it. And as you said, Rublev has got the job done in 4 sets over Zheda. Mertens is up 3-1 on Fruhvitova. Oh, and Griekspoor's got it back on serve against... Brooksby's got it back on serve against Griekspoor in the second set, so... Brooksby up a set to love. Bolter has a couple of game points, I see. Yeah, I can see that Fritz and Pechi Pericard match going to quite a few tie breaks.
I mean, I think Fritz will come out of it, but...
I think so, but he's playing well at the moment. It's one... What did he win? Eastbourne and Stuttgart in the build-up. I think he went out quite early in Queens, but he must have won Eastbourne a couple of times or more, because there was a very funny tweet I saw with his footprint and the number 14 and Eastbourne as being like the Eastbourne GOAT, just like the footprint of Rafa on Philippe Chatrier, you know. And someone did a footprint for Fritz and Eastbourne. Did Bolter just break Badosa, by the way?
She did.
Get one of the breaks back. Teasing us.
Now she just has to hold and then do it again.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a double breakdown. Yeah, Ons, when she retired early, that was quite sad, really. I mean, every loss she has, especially at Wimbledon, where I know, she's desperate to win. But going out in the first round and being sick, it wasn't great.
Yeah, that's... I wouldn't be surprised if there was a retirement in the next year or so. I mean, I don't want it, but...
No, me neither. But the hard courts, I think I know she got to a US Open final in 22, but the hard courts is probably always going to be a more difficult part of the year for her, especially on the body. And so therefore it's a long time until we get back on the clay again. Because the natural surfaces is where she really excels. Anyway, Bolt is up 30 love.
Couple of good serves.
I've been watching TV now for about 8 hours. It's not something you should encourage your children to do, but it is what it is.
I mean, opening day. You've got to.
No, I know. Yeah, it started with ons. Saw bits of Alcaraz and Fonini. Runa and Jarry. Raducanu and Zhu. Fonseca, Fernley. I think there's others I'm missing as well. There's at least one other one that started early on today. It was a women's match, I think. I was watching along with it was Ostapenko. Yeah, I watched her lose.
Right, yeah.
Who
did she lose to?
Sonny Cartel, but it was a tough first round for Yelena, that's for sure. But she really should be winning that. But she beat her last week, I think, in Eastbourne. Yeah, that was a good match. Ostapenko's normally involved in good matches. Do you like Ostapenko?
No.
Oh. Were you at her match against Coco at the US Open?
I was there.
2 years ago, yeah. Yeah, I thought you might have been.
Yeah. Quarterfinal, I think.
Yeah, it was quarterfinal. That's when Coco won the title. And
yeah.
I think that day Ostapenko was having, one of her days, let's say, and there was lots of balls flying out. And she barely won a game, I think. Or certainly it was I don't know if it was 6-1 or 6-love the first set.
Okay, Katie gets another game.
Yeah.
Now Badosa still has what, 2 chances? 1 chance to serve for
One
it?
chance on her serve, yeah. Right, if Badosa gets this done, we're ending the stream. Not because I'm annoyed, but just because I've got places to go and stuff. Not me ending it in temper.
Yeah.
Oh, Osaka's now a breakdown in the second set to Gibson.
Oh, no.
I thought Paulina got the job done, but she's not quite there. She's up a double break, but she's nearly there. 5-2. Oh, 3 set points. For Paula Badosa. Where is your stream at regarding Badosa and Bola?
I'm at it's 40 love.
Okay.
Misses her first serve. And yeah, forehand winner takes the second set.
Job done. I'm predicting it now. Badossa's winning that match, even though I've not seen a single point. Isabel, thanks very much. We'll catch up again soon. We'll stay in touch and hopefully we'll get you on again either this week or next week. I don't know what your schedule's like, but we'll chat about it. All right?
Yeah. All right.
All right. Take care.
Good night.
If you enjoy